Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Donovan. We thought we'd put together some art videos for you guys to do some projects when you're at home. So the first one we're going to do together is mandalas. So mandalas, the word mandala comes from Sanskrit and it means circles. So we're going to do circular patterns, and usually they're done with sand, but today we're going to do different materials that hopefully you guys can find around your house. So the first one we're going to do is going to be with pencil. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the circles. And I have a couple different things here that I can use to trace to make concentric circles. Concentric circles are circles that overlap each other. So small, medium, larger ones. And we're going to use those circles to make our design. So I'm going to start off with this to make my big circle. And I'm just going to trace around it. Okay, so you can see it's not perfect, so I'm just going to use my eraser. I'm going to fix those edges. And now I'm going to start my design. Okay, so once you get your design down with pencil, you can erase all your mistakes and you can make things symmetrical. You can even use a ruler if you want to. So I have my design in pencil. I'm going to start using a Sharpie now to use my outline. I'm going to use a black Sharpie because I want mine to look kind of like a stained glass window. But if you guys want to use different colors, you can use different colors too. So any kind of marker will work, but I'm going to use a Sharpie because I like Sharpies. Okay, so once I've finished my Sharpie, now I can erase my pencil marks because I didn't trace it perfectly, which is okay. And I have this Mandalas design. So now I'm going to color it. So you have different ways that you can color it depending on what supplies you have at home. So you can use color pencil if you want to. You can use crayon. You can use watercolor and marker. So I'm going to do this one with watercolor. And I just have a plain set of watercolors here that you can see I've used before. And some water. And because the Sharpie is alcohol-based, the water-based markers or water-based paint, you can paint in there and it won't smudge the Sharpie. So I'm going to try to keep my design symmetrical and do the same thing on both sides. So if I pick one design to do red, I'm going to do that everywhere. So I'll show you what I mean. So I picked this triangle here, so I did the same on every single one. So I'm going to go through the design and I'm going to color it in, and I'm going to try to make sure everything's symmetrical in my painting. So I finished this one, And I used both watercolor and water-based markers. And you could definitely use colored pencil. And in a couple places, I actually used the watercolor and then I went back over it with a marker too, so you can get different definition in that. And so the next one I'm going to do for you is kind of fun, and you probably don't have these supplies at home, but you could use glue. And what I have is I have black glue that I've added black paint to white glue to make, so you can do that. And if you have just white glue, that works too. So I'm actually going to make it like a puffy paint to go around so that it sticks up, and then I'll go back in when it's dry tomorrow and paint it and color it in. So I'll show you that next. Okay, so I have this one already on my illustration board. You can use any kind of paper for this. Cardboard works too. And then I'm going to use a pastry bag with glue in it. And you have to make sure you ask your mom first. You can also use a plastic bag and then just cut the tip of it off so that you have a tip. I'm just going to go around. I'm going to do my outlines. And see, I made a mistake right there, but I turned it into part of the design. So if you make mistakes, not a big deal. Okay, so I finished this one with the paint and the glue. And so when this dries, I'll go back tomorrow when this is all dry and I can color it in between all the black, just like I did the other one. But I can't do it now because it's wet. And you can see here my little mistake. But I fixed it because I added designs different places. Alright, so I have one more cool mandala design to show you today. So for this mandala, I have just a little board that I painted purple. And I have a paper plate with some different kinds of paint on it. Some of the paints I have are acrylic paints here, and some are just craft paints. So either one will work. And then instead of using brushes for this, I have some Q-tips, and I have a couple of toothpicks here. And I also have paint markers. I don't know if anybody has paint markers at home, but these work really great for this too. So in keeping with our circle design for our mandala, we're going to start in the middle, and all we're going to do is paint circles. But we're going to do a symmetrical design. We're going to start from the inside out and add color. And then when it dries a little bit, you can go back in and add some more dots. Okay? So I'm going to start right in the center and work my way out with the design. Okay, so this was really fun to do, and you can see you can make the design really, really intricate. If you wanted to do more little designs and patterns, you could. If you want to make it bigger, you can. And I really liked using the toothpicks. So if you need to snip off the end to make it flat, to make the spots, you can do that. You could probably use like the back of an eraser too on a pencil. That would work really well too. So I hope you had a good time making mandalas today. You can do any number of different ones that I did or make up your own. And if you do some mandalas and you take pictures of them and send them to me, I'll post them on our Instagram, the Donovan Art Studio Instagram account. Okay? So have fun making art.